JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Delivery man shot and killed in St. Catherine. The St. Catherine North Police are investigating the gun slaying of a 20-year-old man in the parish on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as Rickaroor Moore, otherwise called Papa, a delivery man of Corey Hill, St. Catherine. According to reports, about 10:50 p.m., loud explosions were reportedly heard near Moore's home, followed by cries of distress. He succumbed to his injuries while undergoing treatment. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch is conducting a probe of the matter. Angry residents protest police killing of Brayton teen. Residents of Old Brayton in Portmore, St. Catherine, have been protesting against the police killing of a teenager and have vowed to continue pressing for justice for the 17-year-old boy who was fatally shot during a joint security forces operation in the community on Friday. The deceased has been identified as Naeem Thomas of Dreamland Drive. According to the St. Catherine South Police, sometime after 2 p.m., a police military team entered a yard on Dreamland Drive where a group of persons were seen acting suspiciously. The police say one person from the group pulled a gun and pointed it in the direction of the security forces, who responded by shooting him. The wounded teen was taken to hospital where he died while being treated. On hearing of the teenager's death, angry residents of Dreamland Drive mounted roadblocks inside the community and along the Brayton Main Road. They lit debris, which was extinguished by the fire brigade. A curfew has been imposed in the area. One resident countered the police report, saying Naeem was sitting in a yard with the other males playing a game when the security force members drove up.
The jeep drive down and them jump out and them say all 4 pan in the belly. When you look them shoot the youth 4 times. One look at 17-year-old. They not do nothing. Everyone just
One young man who said he grew up with Thomas asserted that Thomas have never been involved in criminal activities, declaring his friend had never pushed badness yet.
This make me feel traumatized because a simple game I'm gonna play and then go shot him for no reason. This can happen to anybody. It could happen to anybody.
Do you know him well?
Yes, I know him well. Me and him grew. Me and him man grew. Them man is not them type of people. The man ever depend him game. Never a good youth. Never push badness yet. From me know Nevi, never push badness yet from me know him.
This latest shooting increases the total to 155 persons who have been fatally shot by the security forces so far this year. Trilone businessman charged for allegedly pointing gun at man over land dispute. The Trilone police have charged 58-year-old businessman Alan Macedo of Stonebrook Vista in the parish with assault of common law and using a crime to commit a scheduled offense following an incident in Hague District on Tuesday. The Falmouth police say about 10 a.m. a man's property was being surveyed when Macedo, with whom he has a civil dispute over the land, entered and was instructed by the man to leave. It is reported that Macedo then lifted his shirt and showed the man his licensed firearm that was in his waistband and walked away. Macedo allegedly later turned around and pulled out the gun and pointed it at the man. He reportedly walked towards the man but was stopped by the surveyor who stood in his path and brought the situation under control. A report was later made to the police by the man, and Macedo was subsequently arrested and formally charged for the offences. His court date has not been finalized. Rambo charged following dispute with relative in Clarendon. Several charges have been laid against 49-year-old mechanic Anthony Kiffin, otherwise called Rambo, of Rosal District, Sandy Bay, Clarendon, following a dispute with a relative at their home on Tuesday. He is charged with attempting to discharge loaded arms with intent to murder, possession of prohibited weapon, assault of common law, and unlawful wounding. The Maypen police say at about 7:45 a.m., Kiffin and a man who is a distant relative were both at home, where they reside in separate sections of the house when an argument developed. During the argument, Kiffin allegedly pointed a gun in the direction of the man. A tussle ensued, and the man reportedly disarmed Kiffin and threw the gun into nearby bushes. Kiffin then allegedly threw several stones hitting the man. A report was made to the police and the man was assisted to hospital. Kiffin, who was seen running when the police arrived, was caught and searched. The police say a search of Kiffin's room was also conducted and an Astra 9mm firearm was found in his possession. Kiffin was subsequently taken into custody and charged. His court date has not been finalized. Police confident murder reduction will continue. The Jamaica Constabulary Force has expressed confidence that the gains made in reducing the country's murder rate will be sustained. Assistant Commissioner Wayne Josephs, who heads the Criminal Investigations Branch, says he expects fewer than 700 murders to be recorded this year.
I expect to see the murder reduction going down to below 500 in short order. This year we expect to be under 700. And so both the operations, the intel and the investigations, we are working in tandem to create great results so that we can see better results in terms of our reduction. And I can tell you that it will be sustained, because this what is happening, as the Commissioner said, it's not something that is aspirational. It is something that is happening right now. And the team that we have within the JCF now, the management team and the rank and file, I mean, they're all upbeat and everybody understands the goal. And so our goal is to have a safer society.
Police Commissioner says Orlando Gray may seek redress. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake has responded to continued public concerns about the treatment of Orlando Gray by the Jamaica Constabulary Force by saying he may seek redress if he feels aggrieved for his wrongful detention after being mistakenly reported on social media as a murder suspect through the JCF's Wanted Wednesdays feature. Gray was subsequently detained for 4 days before the police were satisfied that he was not the person being sought. Dr. Blake says the JCF has already issued a statement of apology to Gray. He says, while the circumstances surrounding Gray's detention were unfortunate, there are systems in place for him to be compensated.
As I indicated in our press release, it is an unfortunate situation and we apologize to him.
Personally?
Personally, in that press release, we gave a personal apology to him. You know, unfortunately, the nature of policing is that it's not an exact science, and there are times when we make mistakes. We have had persons in custody, not just Jamaica, but anywhere, right across the world, every jurisdiction. We have had persons in custody. Remember, persons are innocent until proven guilty. So we can assume that persons, before they are convicted in court, in our custody, are innocent people. And at some point, sometimes, some of these persons are exonerated from the court. And so these persons have similar experiences. That is why the states have systems and ways for redress. And so you can seek redress.
But on Friday, Opposition Senator Lambert Brown urged the police commissioner to personally apologize to Gray. Senator Brown, speaking during the day's sitting of the Senate, said the same level of publicity should obtain for the apology as occurred when the police publicized Gray's name.
I want to use this platform to call on the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police to directly apologize to Mr. Orlando Gray for what was done to him, his reputation, and his family. Up to last night, Mr. Gray had said on a program elsewhere that nobody in the police high command, nor in the political directorate, the minister, had reached out to him and apologized. And I hope all of us in the Senate will feel the need to say to those in authority, when mistakes are made, it's not enough to throw an apology through the window, but you must go to the victim and apologize to the victim and his family. And do so on camera, in the same way we plaster his photograph around the place.
3 found guilty of attempting to export cocaine through the mail. 3 people have been convicted for attempting to send cocaine overseas using Jamaica's postal service. Yashika James, Leroy Adamson and Shane Bennett were found guilty of multiple drug trafficking charges in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Wednesday. The major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA, which led investigation of the matter, says on June 8, 2020, Adamson and James conspired to export cocaine via the Mandeville Post Office in Manchester, and James and Bennett repeated the scheme at the Santa Cruz Post Office in St. Elizabeth the following day. Major Basil Jarrett, Director of Communications at MOCA, says MOCA agents staged an operation at the Central Sorting Office in Kingston and intercepted the suspicious parcels. A subsequent forensic analysis by the Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine confirmed that both packages contained cocaine. The 3 were subsequently charged and convicted for conspiracy to export cocaine, taking steps preparatory to export cocaine, attempting to export cocaine, and using the postal service for drugs. This conviction highlights the increasing sophistication of criminal networks and underscores the critical role of interagency collaboration in dismantling drug trafficking operations, said Jarrett. It also sends a clear message that exploiting public infrastructure for criminal gain will be met with the full force of the law. Sentencing is set for September 29. JBNN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.